Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Fred and today is TPT Tuesday. It has been such a long time since I have recorded a TPT Tuesday, so I'm going to do a little bit of a recap, let you know where I've been, and we're going to go over the numbers. So if you're new here, welcome. On this channel, I talk about my journey as a TPT seller, and then I also talk about other side hustles and ways that I make extra streams of income as a teacher in Denver, Colorado. And I also will share some things about my life as well. So it's been a little bit of a minute since I have updated, and so I've got a lot of updates for you. We will talk about everything, and I will start with the TPT stuff because some of you are just here for numbers for TPT, and then I will move on to everything else. But before I do that, I do want to talk about the elephant in the room, which is this mess behind me. I just keep putting off making TPT videos because of this mess behind me and thinking like, oh, I'll get everything like sorted and cleaned up for a video, and then I just don't. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna film it with the mess behind me and explain to them what's going on, and nobody cares. Like, you're literally the only person that cares. So without further ado, let's get into the numbers, and then I will update you on everything that is going on in my life as a TPT seller, a teacherpreneur, side hustler, you name it. So these are my numbers for June. It has been a long time since I've done an update, and I'm not sure if I ever did a June recap. So let's just do that really quick. I have been told, expect to make no money in the month of June. So I feel very grateful that I made anything at all. And I ended up making $30.56 in June, which is fantastic. And it made me feel really good. I had a couple of days that had some higher sales where I sold more than one product. So that was really exciting for me to make anything at all. And I made that in June. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the comparison mode because I have nothing to compare it to. I don't, I started my store on January 1st. I went premium January 2nd, sold my first product January 3rd. So that's what's going on with that. Let's look at the month of July. July was a little bit slower than June, but not by much. I did a great month as well, $28.80. Again, feeling very grateful that I sold anything at all. I sold a bundle and then a couple of smaller things. So feel very grateful for that. And it looks like I had a really great month. Nothing to complain about for that. Let's see. Now, August is where things get really exciting. So I know August is a big month for a lot of people. This is my first August on TPT, and I made $260.02. That beats my previous record of just over $200 in April. I think I made like $202 in April. This is my highest month of earnings so far. And I feel so excited about what it is that I did, especially considering the fact that I've been so busy this summer. To see numbers like this just makes me feel so truly grateful and so excited. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with everything. I had made an original goal back when I started my TPT shop of having 100 products up by December. And then I was working at such a high rate in the spring that I thought I could have 100 products by the time school started. And that didn't happen, which you'll understand why once you hear my life updates after we finish with the TPT updates. But I still did really great, even though I do not have the products. And then we are only a couple days into September, but I have sold some products in September. Let's just go ahead and look. Might as well. There's no harm, no foul. I've made $25 so far in September. So I think this month is going to be really great too. Let's look at my all-time earnings. So let's do year to date. This is so exciting. $977.74. That's my earned income. Down here, you can see I've sold over $1,000, over $1,000 of stuff that I made. It's so crazy. So, I hit that $1,000 milestone, and I'm really excited to hit the earned $1,000 milestone. So for those of you who are new to TPT, they take a cut for all the marketing. They honestly, if they took more, I would not be surprised because they do a lot to get the traffic out. Most of my stuff comes from search and TPT. So that's pretty cool. I've only put up one or two blog posts since then. My blog has definitely gone backburnered, and so I'm hoping to get that back up and rolling this next month. But things are very busy for me right now. So I'm giving myself just a little bit of grace. But this is my year-to-date earnings. As you can see, I had this big long gap in June, but for the most part, it's pretty decently consistent. You have a little break gap here, and then my June gap. But I'm doing pretty well. My highest earning day was still in January 1 on the 26th, where I made $67.44. I'll never forget that day. I was sitting in a meeting. I was serving as the treasurer for the New Mexican American Choral Directors Association, and I got the notification on my Apple Watch, and I was like, oh my God, so excited. And I had to just sit there and be quiet because I was in a room full of like all the choral directors in New Mexico. So that was really funny. But you know, this has been great. Like, look at this. This is a $54 day, $43 day. What a treat. What a treat. It just feels so, I feel so grateful that people are responding to my work. And what is so cool is I'm selling so much of a product that I've just worked so incredibly hard on. And I have had it up for a while and sold none of them. Like I had sold zero of them. And I was really disheartened by it because it was the product I spent the most time on, which includes an escape room. And that's what took such a long time, was because it was the escape room. And I'm kind of new to making them. So I was like really sad. But then it has been selling and now it's my best seller. So give things a chance. Like when you put it up, if it doesn't sell, you never know, a couple months down the line, that might be when people are ready for that product, which makes sense because this product is a great school year start product. So I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, don't be disheartened if people aren't buying your stuff, because they will. And it's this here. It's this musical elements bundle. So what they get when they do this musical elements bundle is they get the escape room, and then they get the Cornell notes with the slides. So I can show you kind of the preview. So they get the escape room, which is actually based off of a record store in my town that I used to teach in person in before I moved to Denver. And then the Cornell notes, which are fillable Cornell notes, and then there's a PowerPoint lecture to go with it. You get the printable version as well. And then the escape room is kind of the assessment. So that is just so exciting to me. And this is my favorite thing that I've ever made. So it's so cool to see people responding to it so well. And then what I'm working on, which I haven't sold this yet, but I'm learning to be less stressed about that because the time comes, is I had done my music in antiquity assignment, which is like a very big assignment, and honestly I really felt like I was undercharging for it, but I'm not selling them. So it's all of like ancient music. And then I also made one for I can't find it in this list, but I also made it for medieval music and got that up, and I have those bundled. But the goal is to get a huge bundle of Western music up. And so I am working right now on my Renaissance era one. You know, these take a long time to research. I've got to make sure that I'm getting the history right. I throw in links when appropriate for listening to the different composers, listening assignments. The musical elements assignment is fantastic for like a precursor to all my other stuff, because in almost every single one of my lessons I include a listening assignment. So the musical elements assignment preps you to do those. So that's why I did it. I was like wanting my students to have really good tools to become active listeners, and that's what the musical elements for active listening assignment works for. But interestingly enough, this year I am not teaching music. Not in my online school. So just as a little recap, I work in a virtual school. I was teaching music, mythology, and creative writing last year, and then English 4. This year, I'm a little overloaded. I'm teaching English 3, English 4, and then I'm teaching 4 different sections of credit recovery for English, which is taking up all my time. And then I also teach AP Lit and AP Seminar. AP Seminar is an English class that's like more research focused. You can take AP Seminar not as an English class or as an English class. I do it as an English class. So everything that I'm creating for my students this year is from scratch, and eventually those will become a product. I just want to test run them with my kids, work out all the kinks before I put them up on TPT. I think when I'm a more experienced seller, I will feel better about just making an assignment and throwing it up. But right now, I'm still young in my TPT career, and I want to make sure that I test out my products on students and give them an opportunity to show me where they're struggling so that I can adjust it and edit it, which is what I was able to do with my other things. And then also get feedback from students on what they like and what they enjoy, what things they enjoy, which I've learned they really like Cornell notes. Originally, I was buying a lot of English stuff because I was just kind of drowning, but I was realizing that I was having to make a lot of adjustments and convert. So I'd maybe spend like 12 or 20 bucks on a bundle, and then I would have to like redo all of those assignments to make them work on a digital platform because they were these beautiful assignments that didn't really work in a digital platform. And when I tried to digitize them, I was getting mixed reviews from my kids. I try to get a lot of feedback from them on what they're enjoying learning from. Some kids really, really liked them because they were like these beautiful workbooks. But because they were digital, some kids just felt like it was very disorganized. And I think if I were in a brick and mortar and I had it in front of me and I could get my colored pencils out and make it creative, I would love it. But I feel like when I'm in like computer mode and I'm a little bit more in my type A vibe, that I wouldn't have liked it either. So I've quit purchasing things, and I've just started to rely on my own instincts and my own experience as a teacher. So as I build these products up, I will start selling them on TPT, and that will hopefully open up a new market of teachers to come to my store. My SEL stuff still does pretty well as well. So, and I will continue to put up SEL stuff. I have things up for 9 months worth of SEL, and I will continue that bundle out through December. So looking forward to all of that. Um, it's been good. It's been a good start. Been a good start to the year. So, that's my TPT update. I will keep you informed as to what I'm doing, what I'm making, what's working, what's not working. The blog has definitely gone by the wayside. I did, I think, one blog in the past 3 months. I need to get back into my blogging mode, but it's just been really tough to do that, because I've had so much to do and because I'm teaching so many subjects right now. It's overwhelming. But the plan is to get there. And then now I'm going to give you the life update, which will include all my other side hustles and what I've been up to. So, I teach full-time in a virtual school as a now full English teacher. I teach English 3, 4, credit recovery, AP seminar, and AP lit. Those are my that's my sort of main gig. That starts at 8. My contract is till 3:30. I get a lunch break, which is when I'm filming this, and then I do that. Then at 3:30, I go and I teach in-person musical theater. I started this job last spring. It was just one musical, the musical for the year. Um, I have a great relationship with the faculty there, and we did really great stuff together. And the teacher who typically directs the play, he asked me if I would be interested in directing the play so he could move more into the technical position, doing lights and sound and stuff like that, which I was very excited and grateful for. And then I pitched to the principal that we throw on a variety show because I love doing variety shows. So I am now at that school all year long, and I'm going to be doing 3 shows this year. So we're in the first show, which is a variety show. The second show will be a straight play, and then in the spring I will do a musical. We're gonna do Cinderella, so I'm excited about that because I've never directed Cinderella before. So that's what I'm doing after school, and I do that till about 6. So I do that from about 3:30 to 6 every day. And then on Tuesdays I go to my choir gig. And so that is my passion project here. and I teach a women's choir in Denver, or conduct, artistic direct, I should say, a women's choir in Denver. And then I also started the Treble Fest last year, which I talked to you a lot about, the Colorado Treble Fest, which is something that we're already starting to plan and work on. And so I've got a show in September, I've got a show in October, I've got a show in November, a choir concert in December, and then another musical in May, or in April, two things in May. So it's already, the calendar is booking up solid for the year with my other activities. So that is great. And all of those make extra money on this side. So I get paid to be the choir director, paid to do each of those shows. That's a really fun side hustle for me. In addition to that, I'm also a professor of theater at a university, and I actually teach on two separate campuses. So I teach for two classes, and the standards are a little bit different and the rules are different, but it's the same course, so I use the same materials. And so this year I'm teaching, this fall I'm teaching three classes. So that is a little bit more, because normally I don't have things overlap. Like I did the play last spring, but then I taught at the university in the fall, but then I didn't. But now everything is overlapping, and so I'm going to be teaching all of those things at once. So I have my university gig. So that's bringing in extra money, and that's wonderful. I also taught summer school all summer, which was kind of crazy because that really only gave me the 4th of July week off. I finished school, I want to say like May 31st or whatever that Friday was, and then I started summer school June 3rd. That went all the way to the end of June. I had the week of the 4th of July off, and then I went back to work in that second week of July. So it was really crazy. Over the summer, I ended up making really good money because I was building courses, and I did built AP courses, which is I got a little extra pay for. Plus I taught 4 sections of summer school and 1 section of acceleration for English 2. And then I also taught at the university 1 summer class. So I taught 6 classes basically this summer, and then built 2 more courses. I'm exhausted from that, let me tell you. But it was really well worth it, because as you know, I've been stockpiling money because my goal was to buy a home in Denver, Colorado, which I've lived in Denver now for just over a year. And you are now looking, I'm going to show you a little bit of the mess, but you're now looking at my new office in my new home in Denver, which I purchased this summer and I moved into exactly 1 month ago. It was actually the 2nd of August that I moved into my new house. And I am so excited to show you what I'm doing with that. So it's been a very busy time. But I know you're looking at me and thinking, she's a teacher. How does a single teacher afford a house in Denver? And the thing is, you can't. There's no teaching position that pays enough. But because of all of the extra work that I did over the past couple of years, I was able to prove a high enough income to qualify me for a loan that month to month would be very difficult for me to afford, but it helps me to qualify me. So here's the exciting thing. I bought a 5-bedroom, I bought a 4-bedroom home in Denver. I'm already working on adding a 5th bedroom downstairs in the basement, and I am going to do some house hacking with that. So if you are interested in seeing the pictures of the renovations that I'm doing and how I did all those renovations and this house hacking journey, let me know and I'll make a video about it. But I am planning to turn the basement into a short-term rental. So I'm really excited about that. I would be so excited and happy to give you a tour of the house, and a tour. I actually filmed just for like my family and friends, a tour of the empty house when I came in, and have been filming updates of the renovations that I'm doing. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. But I will be putting that up hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks it'll be done, and I can get someone in the basement as a short-term renter. And I'll talk about that whole process. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. So I'm happy to share that with you. I'm hoping that that will make me some extra income, and uh yeah, I'm really excited. So my goal is that I make enough extra income from this other thing that I will be able to maybe eventually let go of some of the other forms of income because again, it's very expensive to live in Denver. Teachers in Denver do not get paid enough. That's one of the reasons why I work in a virtual school is because I get paid more than the average teacher in Denver, but it's still not enough to live on just one salary here if you want to be a homeowner in this day and age. So the house that I bought is a modest house. It's not a mansion by any means, but it did have a basement that was mostly finished, and I'm doing some renovations to finish it fully, add that extra bedroom, and I'll be happy to share anything else with you that you are interested in. Just let me know. And yeah, so it's been a crazy busy summer. Moving is so crazy. Pro tip, take off work when you move. I took off work, obviously, to move to Denver initially from New Mexico. And that was so much better because I was able to like get into my property. And now I'm like, why didn't I do that? So I didn't take off any time for this move, and it's just unpacking by the seat of my pants whenever I have a little bit of extra time. Hopefully I'll get settled into my jobs as the school year gets underway, and it will make it a little bit easier for me to manage everything. But it's been very busy. So that's what's going on in my life. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully well. For those of you that I follow who are also TPT sellers, I have not been caught up on YouTube. I haven't been watching YouTube at all. So I'm going to be catching up with what you guys have been up to. But I love watching your videos as well and see how you're doing. I hope your August was amazing and you had the highest earning you've ever had in August as well. I hope that you are just crushing it and killing it. I follow anyone who shares their store with me. I follow you guys on TPT. I'm one of your store followers, and I get so motivated when I look and I see like Kristen's classroom or whatever like all of these different things. When I see that you've posted some new products, it motivates me to like get in on the weekends and make a product or two. So thank you for keeping me motivated and for being amazing. I love seeing you guys succeed in your businesses as well. So if you are on your TPT journey or just started your TPT journey, congratulations to you, and I hope it goes wonderfully well. And that's all I'm going to share for today because I have got to get back to work. So I will talk to you in the next one and try to post more consistently again. Let me know if you're interested in hearing more about my short-term rental business thing that I'm doing, as well as seeing a house tour. And I will see you in the next video.